What's up, Lincoln sports fans, and welcome back to the Sports Zone. I'm Kira Bailey.
And I'm Archer Bennett.
Hey Archer, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, but you know what's not so great?
No what?
The weather this past week. It's been raining nonstop.
Oh yeah, you're so right. That's why we're a little short on highlights for our sports this week.
Yes, and thanks to the rain this past week, our main event for this show is the rain. Are we sure that's right?
I'm pretty sure that's right, because the rain is impacting every spring sport except for volleyball. It's been raining every day since Sunday and is still raining.
Tons of games and sports have gotten canceled this past week due to the weather, and the rain definitely took the spotlight away from all the sports. Due to the rain causing many cancellations, our Nyla Lucas has a story on how the rain has not only affected the games, but how the rain has affected the coaches, players, and especially the athletic department, who has to deal with rescheduling events and getting the field ready to play again.
Here is Nyla.
With the spring season in full effect, the weather has been up and down throughout the 2024-2025 spring season. But the past couple of weeks, the rain has been nonstop. This has caused game cancellations and difficult schedule changes for our spring sports teams.
And it's been difficult on the girls, their mental, their physical running. With the puddles being outside, we actually had to cancel a lot of practices. This past Saturday, we've had an invitational, and we had to cancel that as well.
With games being canceled, it caused games to have to be rescheduled as well. Rescheduling is not an easy task, and the athletic department has been hit with lots of cancellations in the past week due to the rain.
All of the rain that we've had has affected all of our outdoor sports this spring and caused reschedules and cancellations. So many of the challenges that we face not only include making sure that we've got a field that we can play on and that it's safe to play on, we also have transportation, we have officials, we've got the opposing team, and then we also have scheduling conflicts with conference and non-conference games. So there's a shortage of officials. Making sure that we have enough is really important. And then also, if by chance a conference game gets canceled, a non-conference game will get pushed aside to make sure that we can play that conference game.
Rain not only affects our coaches and our athletic department, but it also affects our athletes too. With games and some practices being rained out, it's affected our athletes in their performance.
If it rains in tennis, it really affects us a lot because sometimes they won't cancel the match right away, so we have to play on the court when it's just a little bit slippery, and obviously that's a high risk for injury. So I'm not going to be running for all my shots. I'm not going to be playing my 100%.
When playing in the rain, athletes are at higher risk for injury and forced to play in harsh conditions. Footwork, traction, and grip are crucial parts of athletes' performance. This presents a challenge for athletes to play to their full potential, but also the way coaches go about calling the game as well.
For the past couple of weeks, it's been really rainy outside, and a way that it's really affected the team is it's made us hard for us to catch and pass and throw and shoot, and so our stick work just has to be really tight and concrete.
The rain definitely affects us because no one wants to run in the rain, but I think we're a team that, we have to come back from those challenges and stuff, so it's a mental thing, but I think we're a strong team.
With the school year coming to a close, our spring sports teams are still looking to finish the season off strong. While rain may slow them down, the determination of spring athletes shines through no matter the weather. This is Nyla Lucas in the Zone.
This past week, the girls lacrosse team has had many games rained out, not giving us many opportunities to go and film them, but we still have all the updates. Star freshman Maya Laverty is succeeding on the field, showing what she can do. The girls lacrosse has a record of 5-8, and they are dominating out on the field. The girls are entering tournament season, so be sure to stay updated on their tournament schedule.
The boys lacrosse team has had 3 games canceled due to the rain, including their senior night. Currently, they have an even record of 8-8 and are coming off a win. Cole Gervais is right now leading the team with the highest goals per game, with a shot percentage of .222. The last game against Westerville South, they came out on top with a win. Westerville South played a tough game against the Lions, but ultimately it wasn't enough. The final score of the game was 8-7. The player of the game for Lions was Jake Crawford, having 3 goals and 3 assists in the game. Speaking of lacrosse, the guys had their senior night rained out, but that didn't stop the parents from hosting senior night under the bleachers. They had all the picture boards set up, signage, and of course their parents were and seniors were in attendance. We usually don't cover senior night, but we decided to make an exception for this unfortunate situation.
The boys volleyball team faced off against Hilliard Bradley on Monday night in a tough matchup. Despite the strong effort and high energy on the court, they fell in 2 sets. Key contributors included Nate Boggs, who delivered multiple kills at the net, Connor Pyatt with several crisp assists, setting up the offense, and Kafley Pearson, who held down the back row with multiple digs. While the result wasn't in their favor, the team showed resilience and continues to grow as they go into the playoffs next week.
Despite the tough loss against Hilliard Bradley, this season our boys volleyball team has been quite impressive.
That's right. The boys have had a successful season with an impressive record of 17-3.
That team has been showcasing their hard work throughout this year, and it has for sure shown throughout this season.
The boys volleyball has been so impressive that our very own Benton Falk has the story on the team's recipe for success.
Pass, set, hit. Volleyball at its finest. But at Gahanna Lincoln, that's only half the story. This season, the boys volleyball team isn't just playing, they're cooking up something special. Talent, leadership, hard work, their own recipe for success.
We're all playing extremely well together, and especially since we have those 5 seniors playing this year, they're just all really working good together, and it's just all going great.
I think we have one of the best overall varsity teams in our OCC, not just the guys who are on the court playing, but the guys who are on the bench behind them, supporting them, ready to go in at a moment's notice.
Accomplishment like that doesn't just happen. It starts with the first ingredient, talent. Raw, undeniable, and all over the court. From powerful swings to smart sets, this team has the skills to back up the record.
The team this year stands out from other years in terms of talent. I think it's one of the best years, probably the best year that I've played here as a senior. That's really special to have, for me at least. And being, ranked 10th in the state, I think that we've really had some good opportunities to show the type of talent that we have.
Talent runs deep, but it doesn't win alone. When times get rough, you need someone to steer the ship. Leadership, the second key ingredient, is found in the team where it counts.
Nate, he's pretty big. So is Colin and Fouge. They really keep our momentum high on the court. And everybody does stuff, but those 3 guys, they really make sure we're still in it.
With leaders to keep the team afloat, the Lions can focus on what holds them together. The long practices and big game moments have showcased the team's work ethic, which is their third ingredient.
Everybody doing their part on the court, off the court, not slacking, never resting. The defense can only do so much, and the offense has to then in part do its job, and vice versa.
The team is a clear example of workers, but it's the senior class that sets the tone. Their connection is the formula behind the team's drive.
They all bring their own something different to the locker room, to the court. They build off each other, they support each other, they rely on one another, which is great to have.
That chemistry formed throughout the season is propelling the boys into the state playoffs. Yet, at the season's peak, the Lions are already looking forward to next year as well.
Goals for next year, obviously, the undefeated state championship, all that. But I feel like our class of 26 seniors are really good, and they're going to bring everything we can bring to the table next year. And especially these underclass we're going to bring up are going to be amazing and such a help.
As the playoffs loom, Gahanna Lincoln is ready to finish off their year strong. This season has been a mix of talent, leadership, and work. The result? The team's very own recipe for success. This is Benton Falk, in the zone.
Nice work, boys.
Now stepping off the volleyball court and onto the softball field. Change your volleyball shoes to your softball cleats because we're taking a closer look into our softball team.
And guess who's in the studio to help us with that?
Who might it be?
It's our one and only Catherine Schaefer.
Hey, Catherine.
Hey, guys. Our Lady Lions softball team is finishing their season strong by winning their 4th consecutive OCC title. Yesterday they hosted Lancaster, but sadly weren't able to come through with a win, losing 7-0. Shortstop Kira Bailey led the team with 1 hit, but the Lions weren't able to score off of it. They play Olentangy Berlin tonight and are hoping to make their record 15-8. The Lions' success is coming from the leadership that the returning seniors are providing. Senior captain Maddie Hall is currently leading the team with 10 doubles and an impressive .964 fielding percentage. Her leadership has allowed them to continue winning games and keep their conference title. Here's 1 minute with Maddie. Thanks, guys. So, Maddie, you guys just won your 4th consecutive OCC. Tell me about your role as a captain.
So Grace and I, as captains, our roles are just really making sure that the girls are together, making sure that we're getting there on time, getting all of our reps in, just making sure that our overall team corral is good.
Okay.
Since you're a senior, you've won all 4 OCCs. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot. We're the first senior class of Gahanna in the softball team program to win 4 straight OCCs, so it means a lot.
What makes this year's past championship different than in past years?
I think what makes this one different is we lost a lot of girls last year. We lost a lot of our seniors. So we were kind of going into the season knowing that we had a younger group of girls. So we were kind of going into the season still confident, but just making sure that we were putting in all the work that we could do.
Thanks. Sending it back to the sports desk. That's all I have on softball today. Sending it back to the sports desk.
Thanks, Catherine. Now switching over to baseball. Varsity's current record is 4-10. Key players this season have been Trent Bowman with a batting average of .471, Aiden Pyatt with a .455, and Cade Lawrence with .444. Anthony Pernado leads the team in hits right now as he currently has 11 hits, but both Landon George and Aiden Pyatt follow close behind him with 10 hits each. The state tournament is coming up soon, and the boys are hoping their 10-game losing streak comes to an end. We hope to see them change paths and break their losing streak this next game. With that being said, their next game is Monday at Pickerington North High School at 5.
Although baseball and softball are very similar games, they also have some major differences. Art Bellacosta had a great idea and went out and tested the knowledge of a few softball and baseball players to see what they knew about the other sport. Here she is.
The first question is, what is the distance between the home plate and all the way to center field?
With 250 feet.
Like 280?
200 feet.
Good job, Colton. The answer was 200 feet. Now the next question is, what is the distance from home to first? First.
60 feet.
60 feet?
40 feet.
Good job, Anthony and Hudson. The answer was 60 feet. The next question is, fill in the blank. The tie goes to the...
Runner.
Runner?
Okay.
Runner.
And the answer was, the tie goes to the runner. First question for the softball players is, what does MLB stand for?
Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball.
Major League Baseball. Right, the answer was Major League Baseball. The second question is, what is a balk?
When the pitcher does something illegal, and I think it's when he flinches.
When they take their foot off the mound illegally when they're not supposed to, during their windup.
Doesn't pitch it right and he doesn't step off the mound. The answer was when the pitcher makes an illegal move on the mound. The third question is, what is the distance from home to first?
90 feet.
Okay.
90 feet.
60 feet. Good job, Maddie and Kira. The answer was 90 feet. Good job, softball players.
Our boys tennis team is gearing up for their senior night tonight. They will be hosting Worthington Kilbourne at the Blacklick Athletic Complex. On Wednesday, they will compete in sectionals at Pickerington Central. They are currently 13-4 after suffering a tough loss at Pickerington Central last night. We talked to senior captain Brian Kopelka about the match.
Me and Eli played pretty good. We lost the first set, and then we just gave them the time of their life. Bro, bang, 6-4, bang, 6-2. They didn't know what to do with themselves. They were just trembling in fear. And then, our key player, Bryce Witham, got injured. Terrible injury, actually. I've never seen anything like it in my life. He just fell down, and I knew it was over. And it was a sad day for the Carolina tennis team.
Well, now that we've discussed tennis, do you know what's going on with our track teams?
Not really, but that's why our very own unemployed Brady Husika joins us in the studio today.
Hey Brady, what's going on with our track teams?
Hey guys. Our Lady Lions are prepping for a big meet tomorrow at Hilliard Bradley. This past weekend, they had a very successful meet at the Wayne Invitational. Many of our distance girls have reason to celebrate. The distance medley relay with a time of 12:46 placed third on the podium. Another positive for the girls track team was Mason Brown and her 4x1 team because they came in first. Mason was also in the 4x4 but unfortunately placed 12th, which wasn't what they wanted but are hoping to run a faster time this weekend. We talked with Mason Brown to see what track has been doing to prepare.
We've been prepping a lot indoors due to the rain, but we've had a successful season and we were successful for our last meet. So if we just keep our eye on the mission, then I know that we'll get it done.
Now on to the boys track team is getting ready for the Bradley Invitational tomorrow at Hilliard Bradley. Yesterday, they participated in the Orange 9th and 10th invite. They got first place, winning by 60 points. Jai Jackson got first in the 400 with a PR of 50.78. Brandon Hunt got first in the 100-meter hurdles with a PR of 15.43. And Gavin Swain got first in the 800-meter run with a time of 2:01. And Beckett Anderson in second with a 2:02, both with a personal best, with a lot of other podium finishes by Khalil Church, Caden Howard, and Will Pizzico. Good job, boys, and good luck tomorrow.
Thanks, guys. So, Dominic, what are your PRs from this year?
So my PRs are 46 feet in shot put and 131 feet in discus.
That's great. What have you done to train for this season?
So training-wise, a lot of weight room prep and then a lot of work in the ring to get my footwork right so I can throw further.
That's really cool. What are you going to do for next year?
So next year my goals are 50 feet in shot put and over 150 feet in discus and try to go to states for it.
That's great. Thank you. Now back to the studio.
That brings me to the end of the track update. Send it back to the sports desk.
Thanks, Brady.
Hey Archer, did you go to Lincoln Elementary?
No, I actually went to High Point, but I know there's a Gahanna resident that teaches at Lincoln Elementary and also coaches.
Wow, that's cool. In fact, it's so cool that we sent our Adam Alo out to get the story of this Gahanna resident teacher and coach.
At Lincoln Elementary, there's one teacher who has turned their lifelong love for sports into a career. This is Kyle Bentley. He is a physical education teacher at Lincoln Elementary, and his love for sports was what guided him to becoming a gym teacher.
Into physical education because I thought I want to work with kids. I did a couple summer camps, and I thought education would be a great fit for me. So I went into that, and they said, well, you got to pick your major. I was like, I can do phys ed, I can do sports. Like, yes, that's perfect.
Bentley isn't the only one who has a passion for sports. His 3 children also share the same amount of love as he does.
My son was interested in working out and getting stronger, so we put him in that, and it made him a better athlete. So not playing soccer for 2 or 3 years, he ends up trying out for the team, makes the team, and then he's ended up captain of the high school soccer team. He competed at national events around the country. He placed at 2 of them. He was at Wadapalooza. And one year he actually competed in a adult, it was 18 to 35 age group, and he placed, I think, 10th, competing as a 17-year-old kid. He hasn't any limits. And then my daughter got into gymnastics and was loving that, and then she's like, I want to try track. And then next thing you know, she's a 7-time state champ, national champ, and now she's running at the University of Kentucky. My youngest played soccer and does CrossFit every once in a while, and now she's more into doing track, so she runs track.
While all of his kids play different sports, they all share one thing, and that's CrossFit.
My friends, 2006, 2007, Kenny King, coach football at Gahanna. He goes, hey, check out this website. You gotta look at it. I was like, okay. So I looked at it, I was like, that looks awful. Let me try that. That was a great way for my wrestling team at the time to train. We got less injured, we got stronger, better shape, and we won more.
Bentley eventually became a member at the gym, and over time eventually became a coach. And this is where his passion for sports shined even more.
Passion, we can't manufacture fake passion, so he's all in whatever he does. So I knew that from the day I met him.
Great discipline, he's very passionate. He's been coaching as long as I can remember, and he always has a great energy, with anybody that he meets.
His passion even helps his clients.
So Bentley is very helpful to everyone here at CrossFit because he's able to modify all the workouts. So if somebody's not able to do something or they're hurting in somewhere, he's able to really modify the workout and make sure that everybody's able to participate.
Overall, Mr. Bentley's love for sports and his outgoing personality has guided him to pick his career and has benefited his family and his students in a positive way. This is Adam Alo in The Zone.
History was made at Gahanna Lincoln High School this year, thanks to one standout girls wrestler. Kylie Tibbs became the school's first ever state champion, and she did it as a sophomore. Kylie didn't let last year's setback stop her. She used it as motivation to make history. Our Sage Fogel has the story.
It was a moment a year in the making. After placing second as a freshman, Kylie Tibbs returned this season with one goal in mind: redemption. And under the bright lights of the state finals, she delivered.
This year, I feel like I was really striving to get first. That was my goal, and I really was proud of myself that I achieved that goal. It felt pretty great. I felt very supported all season, and so I was really happy because I worked really hard.
It was really exciting. I mean, to see her react that way and kind of feel that emotion go all over and just be so excited around her getting so close last year and then making it. For me, it was good to see her get where her work deserves.
Getting to states was always a big goal of Kylie's, but getting here wasn't enough after a second place finish last year. She came back determined to win it all.
Coming in as a freshman and making the state, it's it's kind of exciting. You get all worked up with just where you are and those kind of things. She'd been there before, so she knew what to expect. She's always been a hard worker in the room. But last summer, she actually got an opportunity to go to Europe. We put in a little different program, and she really took to it. It's a little more aggressive, which is kind of her style.
It wasn't just skill, but a shift in mindset that made all the difference. A fierce determination to improve, paired with support from her team and family, especially her dad.
When I was in the tunnel, I was super nervous, and I was like right next to my opponent, and my dad was with me in the tunnel and warm-up room and helped me warm up. And so right before I went on, like he told me, he like repeat this thing to me all tournament, like fast, strong, be yourself, wrestle like you. And I feel like that really helped me.
Sometimes you gotta find a way to kind of let things be where they are, flip the switch, take the whistle off, and then you're just that again. But I'm always there to answer questions and kind of have those real conversations that blend between dad and coach. So it allows me to learn a lot more about how she wants to be taught and how she wants to be led. Let them fail, and when they do, be there for them. Let them be in the moment. Don't rush them through failure. Let them experience it. Be there alongside them with it, and then you guys kind of figure out how to get better.
For Kylie, the win meant more than just a medal. It marked a breakthrough for female athletes here at Gahanna Lincoln. She became the school's first ever state wrestling champion and a trailblazer for girls who will follow in her footsteps.
When I grew up wrestling, there was like not girls at all, and I was mostly wrestling with guys. I stopped wrestling guys in 8th grade, and so it does get easier, and their hard work really pays off. So.
Both this year and last year, some little girl came up, same girl I think it was this year and last year, actually came up and asked Kylie for her autograph. It's just kind of funny to, I think somebody wants a 14-year-old's autograph, 15-year-old's autograph. It's just kind of cool. Kind of took her by surprise, but it's just fun to think that the little girls are looking up to them, just like our girls are looking up to the Olympic girls or the college wrestlers. The girls that come before you, again, paved the way for it. So.
Now, with 2 years still ahead of her, Kylie isn't done making history. She's just getting started. This is Sage Fogel in The Zone.
Well, that just about wraps up the show today.
I really hope it stops raining so sports can go on with their season and stop having to reschedule games.
Yeah, and with that being said, hopefully there will be more highlights in our next week's show.
You're so right. We only can hope that the weather holds off in this next week.
Well, I guess that concludes our show.
We'll see you out there, Lions. And as always,
Go Lions!